Welcome to your Evergreen Angel Messages. These messages are meant to find you whenever it is in your highest interest. The way I work with the angels is I always ask that I connect with only the highest vibrational beings, God's angels, and the messages be for the highest good of those who come across them. Remember, angels won't tell us what to do. They never want us to give our power away. So because this is a group message, if something doesn't resonate, just leave it behind. It may be for someone else. However, if something does resonate with you, I'm going to encourage you to write it down. I find hindsight is the most powerful tool for building trust in your connection with the angels. Let's jump right into your Evergreen Angel Messages that you have just come across because the angels knew you would come across them and they are meant for you now. I also want to encourage you to come back and listen to them again at a later date and notice the way the messages were guiding you. First of all, the angels want you to know that they see the way you are working so hard on your path and you are making positive, optimistic, long-term plans for your future. They want you to know you are on the right path for this, and it's very important that you see the beauty in the way things have unfolded for you. There is a way now to use hindsight to look back at past challenges and look at the way that those things were guiding you. They were teaching you that you wouldn't be where you are right now if you hadn't had those experiences. They do realize that you're feeling challenged by how you balance everything in your life. They want you to know, they see the way you want financial security, you want a happy home life, you want everything in your life to be in balance, and they want to keep encouraging you that you are on the right path by focusing on the future with positive, optimistic, long-term plans, as they said in the beginning. I always like to remind you to think of these three areas in your life when you're trying to understand the guidance. One, your relationships, that's romantic, family, any coworkers, anybody. Two, your finance and career, even if you're retired, just looking at your budget. And three, your health and fitness, whatever that is for you. Look at those three areas and see where you might be able to bring more security in. And that's going to help you, again, feeling like you can move forward, feeling like you are on the right path. They want you to know that subconsciously, there are some things going on where you are struggling resisting something. You're resisting making a decision about something, or maybe you're just turning a blind eye and pretending there's not a problem where there really is. So again, the reminder to go back and look at those three areas in your life so that you can see, oh, you know what? I haven't really wanted to look at this. But by looking at it, it's going to reveal to you where you can make some minor changes, nothing major, that will really help you move forward. And again, that's the reminder there, is to trust that even the smallest changes are helping you get more in the right direction to open up that pathway so it feels like you can move forward. They know that recently you've been feeling really restless, and they understand that. And they also see the way some things have popped up on your calendar, things that people have called up with urgent items that need your attention. And you've had to drop what you're doing and give it the attention. But they want to commend you for doing that, and they want you to continue to think things through carefully. If somebody has just recently called you up with some news or some new opportunities just come up, that's wonderful, but just make sure you're pausing, you're going into that quiet place to connect with your intuition and checking to see that you are considering all your options. At the time you're hearing these messages, they're wanting you to know that there is so much creative energy available to you if you will focus. Focus, focus, focus. Keep your eye on that long-term plan, where you're going. Try to leave that restlessness behind. Do other things to get rid of that. Go out and play to get rid of that restless energy. Go do some exercise. Do what you need to do to stay focused on your project, and then make sure you're communicating what you need with others. It might be that you need to communicate to a family member, a colleague, someone in your community that you need more help, or you need them to help you watch the kids or take care of something so that you have more time to focus on this creative project. If you keep waiting until everything is easy and going with the flow with nothing showing up on your calendar, you're just going to keep pushing it off. So they're really encouraging you not to make excuses about why you're not having time to work on your creative projects, to work towards your goals. Find ways to get help for that, and that help is available to you. Now, they want you to know, coming up very near in the future, is this risk of you becoming bored with where you are if you aren't taking that time for creativity, if you are missing out on opportunities. So if somebody is calling you up and inviting you to join them on a trip or join them at an event, maybe this is where you're going to get that new burst of ideas. So of course, always checking in with your intuition to see if these opportunities are right for you, but they want you to open your eyes to all the possibilities. And again, going back to that reminder about the subconscious tendency to not want to make a decision or not want to see where there's a problem. Often the problem is this resistance to success, being afraid that if you go out and take that leap of faith and you're successful, what does that mean for your home and family life? What does that mean for your relationships and your finances and your health? So make sure you're taking small steps, but you're opening your eyes to all the things that you could do. And they want you to know that this is where your personal power is going to come from, is being willing to make these decisions to move ahead, leave some things behind, focus and tap into that self-discipline that will help you use the willpower needed to move forward with these projects. Get out there and show the world your light. You are intuitive, you have major intuitive abilities, but however you choose to use them is part of what you came here to give to the world. And the world is waiting for you to step out and shine and show your abilities. So if you're making excuses subconsciously that, oh, there's somebody already doing that project, or there's already so many people in the marketplace with that idea, they're asking you, please leave that behind you. Focus on where you're going and let all that noise go away. Tap into that positive, creative energy, that fiery, passionate energy, and make sure, again, you're opening your eyes to all the possibilities. Now, those around you are also willing to help you if you're looking in the right places. So make sure, again, you are opening up to showing people what your gifts are, and don't underestimate yourself. This is not where we want to go into a situation or a conversation with other people where we're being self-deprecating. Let your light shine authentically. Of course, we're not talking about being arrogant or ego, which I know is not the case for you, but sometimes we're afraid we're going to come off as egotistic or like we're going to sound like we're overly confident, but they're wanting you to know if you're being authentic, that will shine through. And we don't want to start pointing out things in ourselves that are self-deprecating. We want to show that we are confident in what our ideas are and where we're going. So the big thing that you're going to be facing with moving forward with these messages is your fear of financial or material resources. So either you're feeling stuck because you're afraid to make the investment, or you're feeling stuck because you have too many expenses going out the door. So that's why they're asking you to review where things are out of balance and see where you can create an easier flow. Maybe it's simply activating the giving and receiving cycle by doing trades. So for example, maybe you are becoming some type of healer. You're a Reiki master, but you need help with cleaning your home so you have time to open up more appointments to give Reiki sessions. Well, maybe you can find somebody who is needing Reiki and they will do the swap. They'll help you clean your home or take care of your kids. And then in exchange, you give them that healing that they're needing. And that's going to really help you break free from this mental prison that is just an illusion that you don't have the resources. This is what the angels are saying to you, is you do have the angels, you do have the angels, but you do have the resources needed if you open your eyes to the way you can use them. So ultimately, what they're asking you to do is release any fears from the past and trust that you are ending this old way of thinking, this old way of being where you feel stuck. You can do that if you trust in the spiritual transformation that is available to you. It is okay to move away and move on from relationships, circumstances in your home, your health, your finances that are no longer serving you. And of course, this doesn't have to be an abrupt change. We're not talking about abruptly ending friendships or abruptly moving out of a home. We want to think things through carefully, like they said earlier, but trust that it is time to move away from the things that are causing you to feel trapped. Sometimes the things you're moving away from is an old mindset. And I often find that's the case with light workers who were raised with different backgrounds. They were raised in different type of lifestyles, and they have awakened to their intuitive abilities and how they can use them. And again, a reminder, you don't have to be using it professionally. Maybe you are a light worker and you use it in your workplace to bring a higher vibration to everybody there, like at a school or something. So don't feel like that means you have to be using it in that way. We all have these gifts, and it's always important to pay attention to what does our heart want to do when it comes to using these abilities. I am so grateful you are here watching these Evergreen messages. Remember, you can come back and listen to them anytime you want. And don't forget to check out my monthly angel messages that are about the current energy. But again, they are set with this prayer of intention that they find you whenever it's in your highest interest. So you can go pick, January 2022 off my channel and listen to those messages and see if anything resonates with you. And one of the little tips I like to say is also go look at your phone and see the photos you were taking, the things that were on your calendar at that time, review the things that were going on in your life and see what is linked up there. And that will help you kind of connect the dots with the way you're receiving information. And even though it's a little difficult, maybe acknowledging where you weren't listening to your intuition, you knew it wasn't a good idea to take that client or take that job, go out with that person, you felt like there was something off, but you ignored it. Give yourself credit for acknowledging that, but be compassionate and trust that you are divinely guided. The angels are always here, watching, listening, guiding, and gently encouraging you. And if you don't hear their guidance, keep asking for loud and clear messages. They're not going to give up. They're here to support you, and they love doing that. And I also all love you. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If these messages resonated with you, please share and like my video. And until next time, remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.